Oh,
Sharman took it away from Quickly, just ripped it right from him. Oh, what a play! Baylor Shireman, the QB1.
I was just about to say, and set some career numbers back at his high school when he was a quarterback. Baylor Shireman, some great minutes from him. Not only on that pass, but fellas, literally less than, 30 seconds later, he draws an offensive foul, so takes the charge. Great stuff by different guys. I want to talk Payton Pritchard. Because what a phenomenal night by Payton Pritchard. He has been quiet as of late, and then Jaylen Brown doesn't play this game. Eddie, how would you assess Payton in the moments where maybe the spotlight on guys like Jaylen Brown and even Derek White, who is coming off a season high, now it becomes Payton's turn, and Scout mentioned it, his ability to level up, rise up, kind of when he needs to?
I thought he just read the game perfect tonight. It was one of those games to where all the situations that he needed to be in, from the one time where he came off the pick, he used his body, went to the other side of the rim, finished the basket. We'll probably see that clip right here. But I just thought he read the game perfectly, took the shots in rhythm when he needed to, and just didn't waver on his confidence. I think that's the most important thing right there, using his body. I mean, people don't understand how strong Payton is. Like that those are big fellas that he's doing that against. Those are big men. And then that's a great read right there to get Nimi an easy layup, another lob right there, a great read. And this is just tough right here. This one, look at that, big fella, take that with you. And so I thought he did a great job stepping up. I thought he did a great job, answering the bell, because we definitely needed it.
Think about last night. Jaylen Brown dominates that third quarter, sets you up to pull away and get that win. No Jaylen Brown tonight. You're sort of looking at it. Celtics are down as much as 7. Where are you going to get the spark from? And Pritchard was just phenomenal. Like, literally put the team on his back for most of that third quarter. Goes for 19 points on 8 of 10 shooting, has 3 assists. Like, he pretty much had his hand in all of your points in that frame. And ultimate respect, because, again, it's been an up and down month for him. And he wasn't feeling great coming off last night and not shooting the ball well. But here he is with a big opportunity, and it is always Pritchard who is ready to be that step-up guy when necessary. And I thought he steadied this team in that moment. You have contributions from everybody, but you have no chance in this game if Payton isn't doing what he was doing. He was phenomenal. And, of course, Drew Carter always comes up with these names, right, these nicknames. And no one can take credit away from Drew Carter. I will say I got to shout out my best friends, Kristen and Eric Ropiak, who texted me, hey, if Payton Pritchard continues to go here, maybe you should call him Passport P. I texted that to Drew. Boom. Made the broadcast, so I want to shout those guys out. Right into the universe. Payton definitely took matters into his own hands. Let's go back to Toronto to hear from head coach Joe Mazzulla, where the coach's press conference is presented by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics.
What made you, there was a play, the backdoor cut, Jordan got beat, and then you made a kind of a hockey shift, and you put guards. Like, what made you make that decision to just go with some different guys? I mean, what did they bring?
That wasn't the play. I mean, I think the game they had called. I believe they called the first immediate timeout relatively early, and then the game had gone on for a little while longer, and it was time for the sub pattern to change anyway. So that wasn't because of that particular play. It was just time for that. But I got a lot of respect for Luka. I think he changed the game for us. It's really a credit to the player development staff, Luka, to just staying ready and just trusting our process of winning. And he came out, and I thought he changed the game on the stretch that he played with his physicality, and his offensive rebounds. And, I thought he helped us, come out with a more physical team tonight.
I've asked you before about these small lineups. You went to Luka Garza and Kedat at the fourth quarter. What do you see to go with both of them?
Yeah, it was just for 2 minutes. I mean, it was they switched their coverage to switching. I wanted to get Nimi in the game. I didn't want to take Luka out because of how well he was playing, and so it was just for 2 minutes there to see if they would change their coverage, make sure we could rebound. It was a 10-point game, so I wanted to make sure that we would rebound on the ball. So it was just a little bit just for that reason.
And then I have to ask you about Juan Gonzalez, probably one of his best games. He's everywhere. And then the plus 37, I think it is at the end of the game to kind of reflects what he's done. How do you see him improving?
Yeah, finding the balance. You want to play him more in the first half. He gets 3 fouls, and so you have to take him out. So finding the balance of knowing how to be super aggressive versus defending without violence. We can keep you on the floor, right? So I think you don't want to take that away because of his instincts and his ability to just make plays on both ends. But he's got a great knack for the ball defensively, and he's learning how to play versus different matchups and coverages on the offensive end. And the second half he's great, and the last 2 games he's been great for us. So he's got to continue to get better and better.
Sure. He was struggling at times maybe against Ingram fouling. Right?
Yeah.
But you just kept him on. I mean, is that just kind of like you got to throw him into the fire and hope he just kind of learns during the game?
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on the foul. If a foul has a high turnover opportunity, you have to be okay with that. That's part of what he does, But shooting fouls and such that put guys at the line and gather fouls, we have to clean those up. So, you don't want to take away his instincts. We just have to learn which ones are good and which ones are not, and I think he's getting better at that.
Joe, second night of a back-to-back, no Jaylen Brown. How full team win from everybody. Just how big is
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the guys had great preparation and walkthrough today in the film room. It's interesting playing. These 2 teams are kind of similar in their physicality and the way they defend and their ability to test you with their individual defense and their off ball and whatnot. And so, even though we won yesterday, we were able to take away where we had to get better today. And I think it started with the guys' preparation. And then, again, it's having 12, 13 guys that can impact the game in any way. And so I think everybody that played tonight, was great. And obviously, Payton with his ability to bounce back from yesterday's game. You always trust that the next game is going to be even better just because of his mindset. I thought Ant was good. And obviously, what Luka was able to do for us.
What got Payton going in the third?
Head coach Joe Mazzulla there. He mentioned it, 44 bench points. But it was Hugo Gonzalez who made some noise, specifically towards the end of this. And watch this, Chris. Boom! Time for the dunk and dunk of the game. It's all about the dunk. It's all about Hugo Gonzalez on the bench, clearly getting up for 28.
My children are going to watch that on a loop all tomorrow morning.
Red Zone Hugo. All right, the Patriots, speaking of Red Zone, they take on the Ravens in Sunday Night Football. We're going to get you ready starting at 7 p.m. with pregame live. It's presented by Gem Plumbing and Heating. Make Gem a part of your game plan and home and business. Visit AskGem.com. And as soon as the game is over, we're going to have a full wrap-up and reaction from the locker room. Postgame Live is presented by your New England Ford dealers and Ford trucks, built Ford tough. When we come back, Chris,
what are we going to be talking about?
Hugo Gonzalez, Luka Garza, that's all next. Welcome, everyone, to Celtics Postgame Plazas. Kayla Burton, Chris Forsberg here with you. What a night for the Celtics. They finished this game here tonight, 112-96, the final, and they did it in such a great fashion. 44 bench points. They did it without Jaylen Brown being in here today, and they also did it with Payton Pritchard, who really stepped up. And Scal called it. He wanted to see him specifically step up ahead of this game. He showed out. Again, 33 points, 19 points in the third quarter alone, 10 assists, 8 boards. What'd you think of the guy?
I mean, the third quarter was amazing, right? Like, that's typically the spot. I go back to it last night. That was when Jaylen Brown was carrying you through that game, the first end of the back-to-back. Now you flip it forward, and here's Payton in a game that could have slipped away, finding a way to keep you in it offensively until everybody else kind of caught up with it. I just love the way that not only got his own points and made a bunch of stuff happen, but to get the 10 assists, 23 assist points, essentially generated half of the team's offense between points and assist points. That's what Payton does.
And he does it when you kind of, I don't want to say least expect it, when you do expect it.
Second night of back-to-backs, we need to start expecting it.
We need like a little stat sheet or something of him on second night of back-to-backs, because Payton also taps into it, whether it's a haircut, the last time it was a haircut. Yeah. This time, I don't know, maybe it's something new. Let's hear from Payton Pritchard himself back inside the locker room. The experience from the locker room is presented by Experience Abu Dhabi. Discover more about the incredible city at visitabudabi.ae.
Oh, it's still you.
Hey.
Talking about Jaylen for just the second time this season, what was your mindset going in?
Nothing different. Just trying to turn up the pace, get out in transition, make things happen early. I feel like our team is at its best when we're really running even after a make. So that was kind of the mindset. Kind of, just like trying to play with this like relentless feel. Like I feel like I haven't had that. Just like defensively, offensively, just playing with like my hair's on fire, just up and down.
How were you able to do that in the second half of the back-to-back?
No, it's fine. I trained for these moments, so back-to-back don't really bother me.
And then what did you see in the film at halftime, or what happened in the third that got you going? Like 2 points, tied the game.
I mean, I feel like I had it going early in the game. Honestly, like, sometimes you got to take what it gives you. Like, I had some easy assists. So, you loosen the defense up a little bit, trying to limit the turnovers. I think I only had maybe 1 turnover or something. So getting off the ball, hit the shots when I can, and then third quarter happened, and defense kind of expands, opened up the floor a little bit, and you got to hit those shots then.
Did you and Derek have a bet going on who could make the longest 3 tonight? From far away.
Sometimes you got to do it, but D-White hit some deep ones, so.
Okay, the dribble, the behind-the-back dribble in traffic in the key, then the flip out to Sam, that's got to be that's got to be an assist you're proud of, because I mean, that was just kind of like globetrotters, like.
I mean, I'm very capable of doing that. Like, when I play, like, with the sense of freedom, dribbling-wise, like, I definitely can do some moves. Yeah. So that was it was a good read. Sam knocked it down, so it made it better.
When you're hosting up and you got like Barnes on you, who's 6'9", I mean, it just seems like you go up there fear. I mean, you always have, but it just seems like.
I practice it so much, against guys that are that same height that play really hard defense. So when I'm seeing that and it's a one-on-one coverage, I know exactly what shots to get to. It doesn't mean he's not going to block me sometimes. He's a good defender. Like, they're going to get the best of me. But I know what areas and what spots to get to and how to fade and be able to give myself a chance to make it.
What's to say about the depth of this team?
A great night by Payton Pritchard, to say the least. Time now for tonight's drain of the game, brought to you by John's Sewer and Drain Cleaning. The name to know when the drains don't flow. Whoop. How about this? 3-point shot, made this 70-69 in the third. And Payton Pritchard, he just explodes for a 33-point game, 10 assists, 8 boards. And here's the season series against the Raptors.
We haven't seen him again in like 2 weeks.
And guess what? Both at the Garden. No Christmas game. We're all going to enjoy Christmas, right? That's a little bit of a new one. But you see there January 9th and then April 5th at TD. When we come back, though, we're going to preview who the Celtics have next, because they can continue to get this thing rolling. They have a matchup on Monday, which we'll get into after the break. Is brought to you by Stop and Shop. With more than 10,000 items on sale every week, it's easy to make winning plays like this one at Stop and Shop. Ooh. You see that no-look QB pass? And it started with this little cookie action, steal. Get out of here.
Little sauce on this one.
Baylor Shireman, only 7 minutes and 55 seconds here tonight. But he did his thing, and any kind of moments that he can, take your keys to the game was what? Opportunities, right? It was something about.
Yeah, opportunity knocks.
And that's what that was. Just the opportunity
Baylor,
knocks, opportunity steals.
Ugo. Baylor.
We have a whole podcast to talk about Ugo. Literally the whole thing. He even dedicated it to Ugo. Okay, they have Indy. They got a couple of days of rest once again. They got the Indiana Pacers on Monday. And then they don't play on Christmas, as we know, for the first time, which is mind-blowing in a while. But they're going to have Indy again on Friday. So, Pacers are not great. This could this could be a foot off the gas kind of scenario, but I'm not feeling that vibe. I mean, I'm just seeing no Jaylen Brown here tonight. This is I really want to see them continue to make strides and build off of what they did here.
Yeah, so TJ McConnell's back. If he's out there, the Pacers have a chance to be frisky. And I know they haven't had a great season, but the Celtics, as we've seen throughout the year, cannot look past anybody. All 7 of the next games are against sub-500 teams. In fact, the best team is 3 games below 500. So everybody is either 3 games below 500 or worse. This is a stretch to really kind of pad your record, to be feeling really good as you go into 2026. But you have to bring it every single night. And it's easy to get up for the big games, but can you do it against teams that are going to be perceived as inferior? And it starts with the Pacers, who are going through it, who have all those injuries, who are missing their superstar. But you have to find a way to get the energy up. It will be good. Hopefully get Jaylen Brown back. That alone should kick you up a level and make sure that you go into this holiday break feeling real good.
Yeah, and no Halliburton, as you guys know, for the Pacers, just 6.
And no Neesmith.
Just 6-21. The record is an indicator of where they're at. But you need to see the Celtics level up, because we've seen them against the Brooklyn teams of the world, against the Utah, but they're starting to click even more without 2 of their superstars out here tonight, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were not on the court, but the rest of the guys were. Again, 44 bench points. It was fun. The Celtics are back in action Monday against the Pacers. Our coverage, it starts at 6:30. Celtics postgame live. That's presented by your New England Ford dealers. And remember, you can stream all of our coverage on the NBC Sports app and NBCSportsBoston.com. The official luxury vehicle of the Boston Celtics.
Our guy, he was at the Garden that night. He's been to like 9 arenas.
I'm telling you. Him and our Green Monster guys. It's him and his wife. They sit court seat. I want to shout them out because they're always on the concourse with us.
I think he hooped with Scal. I hope Scal didn't.
Did he?
Yeah. I hope, Scal can be aggressive on the hoop court.
The Messiah thing on him, hopefully. Give him some credit.
Hope he didn't go full Ugo on him.
Speaking of, you got your podcast.
Let's go.
We're going to gush over Ugo. We'll see you guys
Ugo
later.
Talk coming up.